Welcome to Awesome Artsy Moms. My name is Ann Walsh, and today I'm in Kemptville with Ottawa artist Trish Rossiter. Trish works with glass, and she is the owner of Meraki Mosaics. Welcome, Trish.
Thank you, Ann.
I was curious about the name of your business, Meraki Mosaics. Mm-hmm. Tell us about the meaning of that name and why it resonated with you.
Well, I came across the word Meraki on Facebook on a meme. It was a picture of a lady with purple behind her and very wispy, and it appeared to me like there was a lot of energy, which I really resonate with. It defined Meraki as giving with your whole heart and giving with love. I actually looked it up to try and find it for sure, to make sure that was the real meaning, because it's a Greek word. Mm-hmm. And usually it's in connotation with making meals and infusing meals with love. Nice. But it worked for me with mosaics, because I certainly do feel I make my mosaics with love.
When I read that you were a nurse, I was curious about how you transitioned from nursing to mosaics.
Transitioning from nursing was a little bit of not my option. We adopted a couple of kids, and to my dismay, I realized that, in fact, no, I couldn't do everything that I thought I could. So mosaics actually became a way for me to reduce stress, and I would feel so much more relaxed. I realized after I'd come away from the basement, having worked on mosaics for a couple of hours, so it became my refuge.
Nice. You are the mother of twin girls. Tell us how motherhood impacted your art.
I guess it impacted my art because it drew more kids around. So I would have the girls' friends over, or we'd have some Saturday workshops and kids would come over. I also volunteered at the school and had a system set up for how I could set it up for kids to work on it safely. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed it when the kids were younger, how they would come and sit with me because they wanted to make art. And now they're past that stage, it's not cool to sit with mom anymore, but I really treasured the times that they did.
You describe the creation of mosaics as an act of self-care. How has this art contributed to your mental health?
Well, when I started making mosaics, actually I was going through depression, and not working, it was hard for me to see beyond my day-to-day. The kids were young, I wasn't getting out quite as much as I used to. But when I would go online, I interacted with many other mosaic artists on Facebook worldwide, and the artists themselves are very giving, sharing, teaching from their knowledge. So I had a virtual friendship group right at my fingertips, which was amazing. Also, going down and creating something with glass, the glass speaks to people. And I think I might make one thing and then I'll go through the glass and think, oh no, this is going to turn out to be something totally different. And when the piece is finished, no matter how simple it looks and how childlike, it's always feel delightful to me that I made this, and I'd be very proud and hang it in the window. And it was a nice feeling. It also, I believe, when you focus, everything else would leave my mind. I would just focus what I'm doing. And it became a very peaceful, enjoyable activity for me.
I'm glad you had it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. Me too.
I noticed that many of your events and fundraisers are focused on children with special needs. How did you become interested in this population?
Well, a lady, Carol Chayer, contacted me early on, and she runs a program called Share Community, and she's a Manotick. And this community is for developmentally challenged young adults. And I love working with them. They have so much fun and take such delight, and they don't have to worry about their perfection. They're just very proud of what they do, and because of that, working with kids appeals to me for that very reason. Nobody's worried about getting it exactly right. They just take such great delight. So I brought it to the school, I brought it to the Learning Disabilities Association summer camp, and it's quite enjoyable.
Your business is mobile. Tell us about some of the places you've been.
So it's great to pack up and bring my supplies to you. I've been to home parties, which are so much fun. I bring everything so you don't have to go shopping and get a list of items that you need to try it out firsthand. I've taken it to a craft show in Stittsville. That's one day when I opened it up to the kids. We did a big Canadian flag, which was then auctioned off for CHEO. I've taken it to church basements, to coffee shops downtown. I can pack it up and go just about anywhere. We've done it in people's backyards.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. You offer a variety of services. How did your work in progress meetup come about?
Well, Meraki Mosaics actually stemmed from a meetup that I ran for 3 years. The mosaics was great on my own, but I really wanted to create some community around it. So in 2014, I started a meetup group, and it ran for 3 years. Sometimes there would be one person, sometimes it'd be up to 10 or 12. And I really loved the synchronicity when the ladies would get together. And it wasn't really about the art that we were making, but it was about the connections that were made and the information that was shared and the laughs that we had. I call it a work in progress because a lot of people who continue to do mosaics, they would prefer to come and work, with other people. So I said, well, just bring your work in progress, come along, and even if there's a workshop with new people happening, everyone's welcome to come and sit down and share, which is a lot of fun.
They can enjoy the conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have any special projects for this summer or anything you'd like people to know about?
Well, right now my mosaics are currently on hold. I've had some carpal tunnel issues. So along with self-care, I have learned that while mosaics are great for self-care and for mindfulness practice, you also have to be care of your posture, you have to be care of repetitive injuries. So it's been a learning for me because I came down with severe carpal tunnel. I've had surgery in one hand and the other hand is due in July. I'm still undergoing physio, I still have some numbness. So I'm learning how to be a little bit mosaic in moderation, and that's what I will certainly bring to the forefront when I get our mosaic groups up and running again in the fall. Yeah.
Everything in moderation.
Yes.
There's an option to create a mural, a mosaic mural that you can use to auction off as a fundraiser. How many people do you generally need to do that?
It would depend on the size that you want it to do, if it's meant for indoors, if it's meant for outdoors. So I can be very flexible. The last fundraiser I did was a Canada flag. We did it outdoors at the Stittsville market. I had all of the glass pre-cut, and as the kids would walk by with their parents, I would ask them if they'd like to place a piece or two within an outline that I had prepared on glass. And they were very excited to be able to be part of this huge Canada flag and as well sign their name on the card that would go to the person who bought it at the auction in aid of CHEO.
Nice, that's beautiful.
So I'm very open to working with different groups of different sizes.
How does a mosaic party work?
A mosaic party works when you would prefer not to come to me. So you give me a call, you gather your friends, plan your agenda. Some people have cookie exchanges, some people might have a birthday. I take everything to you and we just go for it and have lots of fun. What you would be asked to do is have enough seating and a little bit of elbow room for everybody, but otherwise I take care of the rest.
And are they all working on one theme? Or?
Usually what we often do is do a tree of life. So in one particular, I'm thinking about, there was a group of 12 ladies and we did Tree of Life, and I just absolutely loved, as did they, how everybody's tree turned out differently, but quite distinct and beautiful in their own way.
Mosaics Made Easy is a 3-hour session. What do you cover in that time, and do people come away with a finished product?
Mosaics Made Easy is specifically for people who have never tried mosaics before and have no knowledge about working with glass. So we talk about safety, we talk about different ways to cut glass, different styles, go over some terms that people might run into, go over different adhesives that are appropriate for different situations, whether your mosaic is outdoors, whether it's indoors, we would use a different mosaic. And absolutely, people do come away with a mosaic to take home that they're very proud of.
Oh, that's exciting.
I just want to encourage any woman who has a passion for any type of art at all, not to hesitate and be shy to share it with people. There's a certain demographic that says absolutely you have to go to university, you have to have an art degree. However, I'm in the other school that says, well, no, you don't have to. If you can supply what you need for others to come together, for community to come together, to give women a chance to try something out for new, to come and have a cup of tea or a glass of wine, I think that's more important than having their degree. I don't profess to be an artist. I'm self-taught, but I love this. I love it when women come together. It's very special.